Hello everyone, it's another brand new day to welcome you to another beautiful edition of your favorite sports show. I'm talking about the Players Roundup show on Naija Footballers TV, where we give you a rundown of how your favorite Nigerian footballers fared for their respective club sides this past weekend. Well, on the show this time, guys, we have two Nigerians who are teammates for their club side. They both got on target. We also have a player who will be making his debut on the show this time around. And wait for it, guys, we have a record-breaking Nigerian who was on the record books for his club side this past weekend. Guys, all this and more on this edition of the show as the show progresses. Guys, I remain Emmanuel Sebastian, and we are Naija Footballers. Don't you go anywhere, and I'll be right back after this. Welcome back, guys. So Ice Storm Dennis was wreaking havoc in some part of the UK. Well, fixtures in England were deemed good to go, and that would lead us to London at the Loftus Road, where Queen's Park Rangers were in action, and it was Ebere Eze and Bright Osayi Samuel. They both started that game for Queen's Park Rangers against Stoke City at the Loftus Road in the English Championship, and they both got on the score sheet. It was a massive game, I tell you, a 6-goal thriller with 4 goals scored in the first half. At some point, QPR were trailing in that game by 2-0, and they pulled one back in the first half before Ebere Eze got the equalizer for 2-2. So the game was 2-2 at halftime. Then came up the second half. QPR came out of the first 45, the better side, before Bright Osayi Samuel got the third goal for Queen's Park Rangers before they added one late on in the game to secure 3 points, winning that game by 4-2. So great showing from Ebere Eze and Bright Osayi Samuel in the English Championship for Queen's Park Rangers. For Ebere Eze, he nets his 11th goal in the Championship this season, and he's contributed to 11 goals and 6 assists. So that makes him, he's kind of beat a record in the EFL this season, as no player aged 21 or under has had more goals contribution than Ebere Eze in the EFL so far this season. So fantastic one for Ebere Eze for Queen's Park Rangers, netting up 11 goals and 6 assists so far this season. And for Bright Osayi Samuel, it was his 5th league goal this season. And Ebere Eze, we are waiting for his decision to declare his international allegiance, whether he's going to turn up for the Super Eagles or not. But for Bright Osayi Samuel, he spoke recently about not being under pressure to decide his international future. So great one for the Nigerians, Ebere Eze and Bright Osayi Samuel for Queen's Park Rangers in the English Championship. Staying in the Championship, we moved to Blackburn Rovers, where Tosin Adarabioyo was on the score sheet for Blackburn Rovers in a 2-0 win away from home to Charlton Athletic. Now, Tosin Adarabioyo got his 2nd goal in the league for Blackburn Rovers this season. He's on loan from Manchester City, and he's been a regular since moving on to Blackburn Rovers, as he has started 22 games so far this season and nets his 2nd league goal for Blackburn Rovers in that 2-0 win. So Tosin Adarabioyo, good to see him on the score sheet again. His 2nd league goal for Blackburn Rovers so far this season. Remember, guys, he is on loan from Manchester City, and he's not too shy to speak about his Nigerian allegiances. So great one for Tosin Adarabioyo, also getting in the score sheet for Blackburn Rovers in the English Championship. From Tosin Adarabioyo, guys, we still stay in the UK, but this time we'll talk about a player for the first time on the show, and he is Marius. Oh boy, let's stick with Marius actually. He plays for Hamilton Academical in the Scottish Premiership, and he got a brace for his club side this past weekend in a league fixture. They were playing away to Hearts, and he got a brace. He scored his 4th and 5th league goal this season. At some point they were 2-0 up in that game, but they couldn't hold on as Hearts staged a stunning comeback to secure that game 2-2 at full time. So good one from Marius Ogboe getting on the score sheet. And guys, he has dual nationality, so he has a Greek nationality and a Nigerian nationality. So there you have it, Marius Ogboe, another player of Nigerian descent, doing so well for Hamilton Academical in the Scottish Premiership. Now we leave the UK now, guys. From Hamilton Academical, let's travel to Croatia now, where Edwok, for the 2nd league game in a row, getting on the score sheet for his club side, Hajduk Split in Croatia's HNL. Now this time he put his side in a lead from the penalty spot, but they just couldn't preserve the lead. His goal the previous time was a winning goal, was the only goal of the game, but this time around he got the first goal for his side, but they couldn't hold on as they went on to lose that game against their opponent NK Slaven in Croatia's HNL. So it was a 2-1 loss for Hajduk Split. It's Edward's goal not proving to be the winner this time around. So it's his 8th league goal of the season for Hajduk Split. So good one for Edward getting on the score sheet again for Hajduk Split in Croatia's HNL. Alright guys, from Edward, we move on to another player who also scored his 8th league goal so far this season, and he is Chico Ofwedu. He was on target for Maccabi Tel Aviv in a 3-0 home win in the Israeli Premier League. Now, Ofwedu came off the bench in the 61st minute when Maccabi Tel Aviv were 2-0 up, and he came on to wrap up the scoring, just to put the icing on the cake. He scored the 3rd goal of the game, and it was his 8th league goal of the season. So great to see Ofwedu on the score sheet again for Maccabi Tel Aviv in the Israeli Premier League. And from Ofwedu, guys, we move on to Victor Osimhen, who was on target for Lille. Now, guys, the goals keep coming on for Victor Osimhen, and he doesn't look like he's going to stop at the moment, especially when Lille are playing at home at the Stade Pierre-Mauroy. So it was another goal for Victor Osimhen in the French League 1 this past weekend. It was a big game at home to Marseille, and Osimhen got the first goal of the game. He was put through on goal from a brilliant through ball from Jonathan Bamba, and it's the 2nd game in a row where he's been set up by teammate Jonathan Bamba, but this time it was a brilliant through ball and a great run from Osimhen as he received the ball, and the finish is a sign of the confidence Osimhen is currently performing at. It was a little dink finish, so great finish from Osimhen to net that goal after a brilliant pass from his teammate Jonathan Bamba. So the confidence is riding high for Victor Osimhen at the moment, so we hope it continues for long. So it was his 13th league goal of the season, and it was a fantastic one, but a sad ending for Osimhen and Lille as they went on to lose that game by 2-1. So it was a comeback win for Marseille in that encounter, but it was great again to see Victor Osimhen netting his 13th league goal so far this season for Lille in the French League 1. And from Victor Osimhen, guys, let's leave the goal scorers now. Let's talk about those who got assists for their teammates. And first off, we moved to Italy, and it was Simi Nwankwo was on the assist sheet for his club side Crotone in the Italian Serie B. They lost at home away to Juve Stabia, and Simi Nwankwo got the assist for one of Crotone's goal. So it was brilliant to see Simi Nwankwo, who's more of a goal scorer, get an assist this time. So he's on 10 league goals so far this season, and the assist this past weekend make it the 4th time he's assisting his teammates for Crotone in the Italian Serie B. And from Simi Nwankwo, now we head back to the UK, and this time it is Ovie Ejaria, who was also on the assist sheet for his club side Reading in a 3-0 win away to Sheffield Wednesday in the English Championship. He got the assist for the first goal. It was a brilliant through ball as well, similar to that of Jonathan Bamba for Osimhen's goal. A brilliant through ball from the middle of the pitch to set up his teammate Yakumete to put Reading 1-0 up in that game. So great for Ovie Ejaria getting an assist. It's also his 4th assist so far this season for Reading for the on loan Liverpool midfielder. So great for Ovie Ejaria. And finally, for the assist stats, we move on to Bukayo Saka, this time in the English Premiership. Now, Bukayo Saka has been a revelation so far this season for Arsenal after being drifted into the first team by former manager Unai Emery, and Mikel Arteta has continued that trend, and Bukayo Saka hasn't looked back. He got his 8th assist so far this season for Arsenal in that huge 4-0 win over Newcastle in the English Premiership. It was a man of the match performance from Bukayo Saka. He got the assist for Nicolas Pepe's goal. It was a brilliant work assist, a little nutmeg in the rushing defender before Saka laid a through ball, a brilliant score pass which Nicolas Pepe controlled and slots home into the empty net. So great for Bukayo Saka getting on the score sheet. He's Nigerian, as the name implies, so typical Nigerian Bukayo Saka. So we hope he represents the Super Eagles at some point in the future. So fantastic for Bukayo Saka, and I say again, it's his 8th assist so far this season. And with Bukayo Saka, guys, we've come to the wrap of the Players Roundup on this edition of the show. But guys, one more thing, like we always do, it's time for us to reveal who our player of the week is going to be. And I tell you, it's going to be surprising for a lot of you watching this video right now. Our player of the week on this edition of the show is none other than Bartholomew Ogbeche. We move on to India, where Bartholomew Ogbeche was on fire. He's been on fire since he moved to Kerala Blasters in 2019, and he got a brace for them this past weekend. It was a comeback win for them in the league fixture, in the Indian Super League rather. He got a brace. The first goal was from a brilliant free kick, and he got the second goal. So a brace for Bartholomew Ogbeche for Kerala Blasters this past weekend. It's his 13th league goal so far this season, and with his brace this past weekend, he became the record all-time scorer for Kerala Blasters their top record goal scorer. And you might be asking yourself, how come a player with 13 goals is becoming a record top scorer? That's because Kerala Blue Stars is a fairly small club. It was established in 2014, so it's been more than 5 years, or a little more than 5 years, since the existence of Kerala Blue Stars. So they haven't been in the existence for long. So Bartolomeu Ogbeche, with 13 league goals so far this season, is their all-time record top scorer. So fantastic one for 35 years old Bartolomeu Ogbeche, netting, lighting up the Indian Super League. You might say it's India, but all the credit must go to Bartolomeu Ogbeche for netting up the goals. He's the captain, the leader of the team. Captain fantastic, you might want to say. So congratulations, well deserved for Bartolomeu Ogbeche, as he clicks our Naija Footballers Player of the Week on this edition of the Players Roundup show on Naija Footballers TV. And with the Player of the Week, it's a wrap, guys, on this edition of the Players Roundup show on Naija Footballers TV. And don't you forget, guys, the show is always interactive. Share your thoughts about these players. Bukayo Saka netting his 8th assist so far this season. Osimhen keep on banging in the goals, and a lot of Nigerian players, putting up a good show for their respective club sides. So guys, share your thought with us. Drop a comment wherever social media platform you come across this video, be it on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and we are as well on YouTube. We are Naija Footballers on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications for premium Nigerian football content. Guys, my name is Emmanuel Sebastian, and always keep up with a good attitude, because it might be a little thing, but it plays a major role to whatsoever you and I do in life. I remain Emmanuel Sebastian till I come your way again next time. Stay safe. Bye-bye.